So thank you very much to all of you for participating, in particular the ones who are still here and doing 2 very intense days. I learned a lot, and hopefully you have done as well, and this would not have been possible without the participation of all of you. There are some people that I want to thank in particular. The first one is, of course, Guy, who was really the one who did the hard work of putting all this together. Earlier, Rana said that as a journalist, you know a little bit of everything, but nothing specifically. I think that's very helpful when you have to bring together a lot of different fields, and I think it was a very useful complement. Second, in the organization, Simone, Sebastian, and Rachel did a phenomenal work, and they really work for many more people. We are understaffed, and they did wonderfully. So thank you very much to all of them. And thank you for the team of the ProMarket who has been following, preparing this, and will continue producing stuff that will keep updated and will continue. And I want to give you a little bit of an instruction. In this technological panel, most people have not figured out what this is. This is actually a key card you can put in your computer. It works like that. And inside there is the ebook of the previous conference, so you can access that, and the early episode of Capitalism. Now, I would like to just say a few words to summarize this conference and make a bold proposal that I've not thought over very much, so maybe tomorrow I will regret. But given the stimulating panel that Rana ran, I got this idea. So there is one thing that I think that we can say of this conference. While, of course, there was wild disagreement, and this is very much in the Chicago tradition that we confront very different ideas, I think there was a overwhelming, I don't know whether I can say unanimous, but overwhelming consensus that something needs to be done. And people disagree where, how, what, but something needs to be done. There was also quite a broad consensus that we don't expect the government to come up with anything like that, and some people say we don't even trust the government to do something like this. So, however, there was, in particular, team was in suggesting that we as academics have a responsibility to come up with something. So the bold idea that I launched, and then I want to see how many takers there are, and on this basis whether we should develop or not, but why don't we try to move forward this conference in creating a interdisciplinary committee that tries to work out what we think things should be or should be done, not being bound by any organization and not part of the FTC, the DOJ, etc. We don't have a restriction in what we can dream. And also at the same time, some of the stuff can be self-implemented. I know that Jean Tirole is very much against self-regulation, but I think that at least self-regulation in academia could work, given that we are academics. So maybe even like to elaborate and enforce some code of conduct on how people behave or how they write in newspaper and so on and so forth. So for many years, I participated in a committee that started at Harvard called Committee on Capital Market Regulation. So I think that now is the time for a committee on the internet platform regulation, and a private committee made by academics and some various industry experts, and maybe hopefully the Sloan Foundation will fund it, or we'll try to find a funder who is a third party, so that is not captured, at least at the beginning, and then we'll see what we can do later on. So please let me know if this idea appeals to you. If it does and I have enough support, then we'll continue. Otherwise, we're going to think about a different topic for next year conference. Thank you very much.